Okay, you now have NIV Plus, which is going to give you some extra parameters to actually make judgments with. You're going to set up non-invasive the same way you always do, same order set, same ordering. Under more settings, you're going to find this new line that says calibrate, and normally prongs wouldn't be lit up. And so what we want to do is we want to actually calibrate our RAM cannula. So we're going to choose calibrate. We're going to follow the instructions on the screen. Remove CO2 and prox sensors. Connect the prongs to the circuit with no patient, someone's taking care of the baby, and hit confirm. So we're going to make sure prongs is highlighted. We're going to hold our cannula still and hit confirm. You do want to make sure you hold it still while it's doing the calibration. Takes about a minute and a half, runs varying pressures and flows through the RAM cannula.
It's pretty much the same for any interface, correct?
Correct. And if you ever switch and do the prongs and the mask, like some people do, you can calibrate the prongs and then you can calibrate the mask, and then you just tell the vent which one you're going to place on the patient. The only time you have to recalibrate is if you're going to change the size of the RAM or the size of your interface. If you are using a green RAM and you just decide that one's yucky and you're going to get a new green RAM, you do not have to recalibrate, only if you're going to upsize or downsize. Almost done here. There we go. If it comes back to this screen, to the start screen, and you don't see prongs lit up, go ahead and choose it. Sometimes it'll hold the none. So let's go ahead and hit start. We got prongs lit up. And we're gonna place it on the baby. Now right now I don't have the cannulate on because I want to show you the difference. Adjust our alarms here a second. Okay. So right now we're on. Now we don't see the new measurements up top because we haven't chose the right preset. This is preset 1 for your intubated babies. If you go to your switcheroo button, right? Choose patient data, pardon me. Choose preset 3. All your NIV Plus vents, I have programmed preset 3 to show your regular measurements and then the 2 new measurements. We got our PINDIF, which is your PIP interface, what's coming out of the interface, and your PEEP IF, which is the PEEP at the interface. So you can see while we're set at 20/5, we're really only delivering like 9/3. Now I don't have the cannulate on. With the cannulate, it makes a big difference. So let's go ahead and I've got the cannulate on a different size prongs, different nose here. Okay. So there's your cannulate. Give it a couple minutes to settle out, and you can see I'm much closer. So the cannulate that you guys use does make a big difference in as far as the pressures that you're going to deliver. You'll see your baby's spontaneous breaths. I'm kind of tugging on the lung here, or pushing on the lung. Right. If you get auto cycle, you may have to leave your flow trigger up a little bit. Sometimes in NIV Plus, you will get an auto cycle if that gets too low. So you may end up around 0.3 or so instead of your normal 0.1. Okay. Now, disconnect sensitivity. We're going to run our disconnect sensitivity just a little bit differently. Right now you're used to leaving it out so that you don't get the phantom circuit disconnects. What we want to do though is make sure we have this to where it's above the leak that's on the patient, but it'll be below the leak off the patient. That way, when the ram cannula comes out of the nose, you're going to be notified. So let's check the leak out of the nose. All right, so we're going to take it out of the nose, let it kind of blow there. And you're seeing we're running around 5 liters a minute, right? So then the leak in the nose. So you kind of hold that number in your brain. In the nose, our leak is running around 1.2. So we want to set the disconnect sensitivity between those two numbers. Now, I would suggest keeping it a little closer to the leak that's out of the nose so you don't get phantom circuit disconnects. So this is a little bit below the leak out of the nose, but higher than the leak in the nose. All right. Now, when the cannula comes out of the nose and it surpasses that disconnect sensitivity and the PEEP IF drops, you're going to get your circuit disconnect. So let's take it out of the nose. Okay. Our PEEP IF dropped to 0.7 and it should surpass, there we go, we surpassed the leak and we know that the cannula is out of the nose before the baby decompensates. That's basically it.